Guys, so I'm gonna make a video today about how young people are weak today. I have some bullet points, not quite a script, just like bullet points, if you know what I mean. So lifestyle is too easy these days. There's too much wealth. To me, this seems kind of obvious. Really, like I grew up with too much wealth, and this does make you weak, soft, lazy, and but this is the thing. This is the hypocritical thing. Everybody wants wealth and luxury and an easy life. Even Mo Farah. Mo Farah grew up in Somalia. He had an uncle. His uncle went over to him and he said he saw Mo Farah as a child playing with a car parts or something, and he went over to him and asked, "Why are you playing with all that stuff?" And he said, "Oh, I'm just practicing. I want to become a mechanic when I grow up." And he pointed at like this local school that he went to, and he said, "Why am I paying all that money for your education for you to be a car mechanic?" And that's the thing. It's like, oh, car mechanic isn't good enough. You have to be wealthy. You need to be rich. And that's the problem. We need to get out of this materialistic mindset. So I think materialism is one factor that is playing a part in how we're all so weak these days. Um, Personally, I think kids should be expected to pay their own way as adults, but adults need to stop being so strict on their kids and harsh, and just allow them to make a living whatever way they want to do it. I worked at McDonald's for nearly 2 years. Now I work at Spar. My mother doesn't have a problem with that. My dad would have a problem. I haven't spoken to him in 5 years. He would have a problem with that. For him, it was the case of you need to go to university. There's no other option. And that's another point. University, being sat down in a chair all day, living this comfortable, easy office lifestyle, not spending time outside in sunlight. If you know what I mean. Okay, I'm not entirely. I'm guilty of that myself. Probably don't get enough sunlight, but I always make sure I get at least a couple hours a day. But yeah, we need to spend more time outside. It's the vitamin D3 you get from the sun. It's a feel good hormone. It's so important considering we have all this depression these days. We need to find a way to counteract that. And really, it's just nature is the answer, I believe. So yeah, no manual labor jobs. If a lot of these people, they'd have their parents, or grandparents saying, "Oh, when I was your age, I was working a manual labor job. I was on the farm, the factory, the construction site, and I was building up muscle and stuff." And now you're all just sat in front of a computer all day, and then the son or daughter says, "Okay, how about I don't go to university and I get a manual labor job instead?" No, 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 you go to university, you go to university, you go to university. That's just so stupid and hypocritical. You know, um, what else is there? Parental overprotection. Yeah, that's one big factor. So kids don't play outside anymore. Yeah, that's a big factor. Kids these days are just stuck indoors playing video games from the Xbox to PlayStation. Local areas, neighborhoods, there's not friendly anymore. There's no collective. They used to be more collective. Neighbors used to know each other. They used to talk to each other, say hello to each other when they walk past on the street. Now, it doesn't happen. Where I live in Dublin, it doesn't happen. I live in Carrickmines for years. Never got to know any of my neighbors. I live in East Wall for just over a month now. Don't know any of my neighbors apart from the people who live in the same house as me because I'm renting a room here. So yeah, that's one big factor. They used to go out and play football, develop skills in these sports, develop physical endurance, physical strength, and then when it came to say joining the local football team or joining the school team, they had the confidence to go out there. Nowadays, kids don't have the confidence to go out there anymore because they never played the sport before. They've only played FIFA on the Xbox or PlayStation. Okay, and I'm not entirely innocent of that. I used to play way too much FIFA when I was growing up. Okay, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything here. Okay, so lazy parents stuck in front of a screen all day. Yeah, you get parents who just sat in front of the TV, the computer, not really making any effort to do anything. The kids do the same thing, sit there in front of a TV screen. They should go out and do something. Be more productive. And urban life. Yeah, we all live in city. Well, we don't all live in cities. Most of us live in urban areas nowadays. Certainly in Ireland, countryside. There's not as many people in the countryside as there used to be. Countryside. As you might mention, toughens you up. Kenyans growing up having to run 12 miles a day to get to and from school. What's his name? Usain Bolt. Happened to grow up in the countryside. He grew up playing in the local forest. That's not happening anymore. It's just, oh, it's urbanization. You have to walk down the streets civilized. You have to stand still, cross the road, and it's just not as fun. And yeah, I probably didn't speak as much as I would have liked to about this topic, but I'm only trying to make a 5 minute video here. So yeah, that's what some of the reasons why we're weak. It's just, the environment we grew up in. If your parents are pressurizing you to be weak to go to university, then you're going to do that. That's a sad fact.